Hello and welcome back to Chill Chatter. This is Sue,
And that is B.
and tonight we are going to read Reddit stories. Well, Sue's going to read them, I will react.
And I am going to try to read better, I promise.
You did fantastic last time, it's fine.
Tell me how you are first, though, because you're literally leaving on a plane in like a couple hours.
I
packed and
am
ready?
excited, but I'm stressed. I think that's part of the reason I have a headache right now. So I'm drinking water. I'm drinking water for this podcast, bitches.
Me too. I copied you. I'm drinking water too.
So I'm excited, but I literally leave and I don't even know what time it is right now.
I don't even. It's 5:37.
Ah!
Yeah, yikes. Today's theme, our Reddit reads. So you have got me to watch Love Island recently, and I am so hooked. I'm on episode 10 right now. Been dying to watch the Call Her Daddy episodes with Leah and I guess Rob. Leah more though. And I'm seeing all the
Yes.
TikToks, it's getting exposed to me slowly what's happening and stuff. But so today's theme is Love Island themed. But it's just kind
Yay!
of like disaster relationship stuff. So that's what we're going with. And I like your relationship takes on stuff because I think it's funny and you're wise beyond your years because you've been through so much shit.
I try.
Our first story is from r/dating. The title is I fucked up, need advice. I, 25 male, had been going out with my girl, 22 female, for about 1.5 months. I am a funny person, but sometimes my humor is dark. You. I'm just kidding. So one day I was in the car with my girlfriend and I saw a prostitute. My girlfriend, this is in parentheses, my girlfriend had said multiple times earlier that she had never seen a prostitute. I said that there is one, but we passed her before she could see her. She said again, I had never seen a prostitute. I said, have you not seen a mirror? As a joke. Now, I did not realize that she would be so offended by it. She stopped picking up my calls and replying to my texts. I thought about what could be the reason, and I realized that it was because of the joke. I apologized several times, but she never talked to me again. It's been 4 months now. I love her so much, and I did not mean a word I said. It was just a disgusting joke. I need advice. Did I do so wrong to be ghosted like that? She could have ended things in person. Also, is there a chance to get her back? I love her so much and have not been able to sleep properly since then. I am not able to forgive myself, so please help me. That is story number 1.
Interesting.
Give me your hot take.
I mean, I feel like if she didn't agree with that, like she had to ghost him. But
Yeah,
what'd you just say to me? Like, have I seen
yeah.
a
Like
mirror?
I said,
I
have
would
you
be
not seen a
salty.
mirror? As a joke. Yeah, I would be too. You just call me a freaking prostitute. We've been dating for a month and a half, like one and a
Yeah.
half
I
months.
mean, there's
Wow.
a high chance I'd probably ghost him too.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably so many other red flags that are coming up, and he's just a dickhead, and he's not saying so in this Reddit post right
That was
now.
the cherry on top.
Because people come to Reddit to be like, oh, this is my take. And I feel like there's so much backstory and history that we don't see. Like, oh, you're actually a massive jerk. So,
What was some of the advice
um,
given?
so the top comment is 1.5 months and you called her a streetwalker LMFAO. She was like, next. And then you spend 4 months being ghosted. Dude, newsflash, it's over.
She probably
I
doesn't
think
even
I can
remember his
see.
name. Let's be honest.
Literally. I'm looking at some of the comments here he replied to. This one says, I really hope she comes around. She is my good friend's sister, so yeah, I will definitely see her. Oh, so they probably asked, like, will you ever even see her again? This one is, I know, but she was my first girlfriend, and I had wanted her to be girlfriend almost a year. You are a jerk, and you're thinking with your other head, bro. I just can't.
Next. Next.
Next. Thank you, next. Have you ever dealt with men like this before?
If someone said that to me, no, I have not dealt with that before.
I mean, if my boyfriend said this to me, I mean, we've been together for so long, I'd just hit him. Not, I mean, like one of those love
Right.
taps. I was kidding. Not deck his ass.
Bam.
No, I mean, honestly, I'd be like, thank you. Like, so my performance is up to par. Okay.
Yeah.
What else? Definitely over. 1.5 months is way too soon to say she's your girlfriend. Attachment issues aside, that's way too early to know where you stand in a relationship, as OP found out the hard way. Yeah, it is way too early to say a comment like that. A month and a half, and you're calling your not even girlfriend a prostitute? Are you serious?
No,
I'm
that's
like
just not one way to
appalled.
get a girlfriend.
Where does their logic come from? There is no logic. I just whatever.
Not when they're in the
Oh,
villa.
oh my gosh, this show is insane.
They're just like, go with my dick.
The other head. Oh, this one says, in a month and a half, you were sure you loved her, and then you called her a prostitute. I got whiplash from that relationship. LOL. Oh my
As do we. We
gosh.
do too.
So you've never dated a dude like this?
No,
Thank God. Has
not a
anybody ever called you a
chance.
prostitute before?
No, and if they did, I swear.
Winding up
Wind
like,
it
what is
up.
that, Popeye or something? Bye. See ya. Okay. Second story. Are we ready? I know that first one was so short, but it was so dumb. Like, are you an idiot? Are you dumb?
Someone's gonna
What
be
is
happy
that?
it was short though.
I know. Well, the the my I was gonna say the fruit of my loins, but the loin fruit from which I came will be pleased that the story was short. My mom. What was that quote I sent you from Rob the other day? I'm looking through our texts right now. Oh,
And suddenly I
he was
love crochet or something like that.
yeah, yes. The first one was it was like a one-on-one with him and just the camera, and he goes, "Leah's a smart girl."
Yeah.
Huh? And then the next was like, I got a very sudden interest in crochet. Direct quotes from my man Rob over here. I don't hate Rob. It's just,
And the
come on,
reason,
bro.
for those of you that don't watch Love Island, Andrea
Oh,
walked in wearing a crocheted, was it a skirt or dress?
it was like a two piece, but it was connected like right here. It was like a top, but then it was a skirt down here, but it was connected in the middle.
So
Blonde.
that was the reference for he was into crochet.
And he was leaving his current girl that he was coupled up with to. I mean, this blonde just walked in with big tits, and he was like, ugh. Like they all started barking like dogs. It was just disgusting. That's why I just really don't like men sometimes. For real. Story number 2. My 28 female boyfriend, 35 male, told me that he stayed the night at his friend's house but forgot that he stayed the night when I asked him about it. Is he lying? I just haven't been able to trust 28 female, my boyfriend, 35 male, for 2.5 years. He is very secretive of his phone and doesn't tell me much that goes on in his life. I was away running a marathon in another city, and he told me that he was at his friend's house. He answered at the beginning of the night to say, "Hi, me and Steve are in a serious conversation. Can I call you back?" He didn't answer the rest of the night, and in the morning I said, "Why didn't you answer?" He said that he fell asleep at Steve's house. 3 weeks later, I asked him, was it awkward staying at Steve's house with his new girlfriend living there? He said, "Huh? I never stayed at Steve's house." I reminded him of when, and he said, "Oh yeah, I did stay there. No, it wasn't awkward." Is this a lie? Do people forget that they stayed the night at their friend's house?
I smell fish. For one,
Personally.
I would kind of be salty he wasn't there to support me during a marathon.
Yeah, and like
What?
I get it every once in a while, like if your girl has to go out and do something and take a weekend trip, whatever, but and you have to work or something, can't get off. But at the same time, it's like I don't know. That's
That's
just really
fishy.
yeah, that's really fake. That's really fishy to me. And you forgot that you stayed at your buddy's house. It was how many weeks ago was it? 3 weeks later, she asked him, "Was it awkward staying at Steve's house with his new girlfriend living there?" Huh? I never stayed at Steve's house. That's why I'm picturing Rob saying everything right now. Sorry.
In his overalls.
Yeah, I was picturing the overalls. The episode I'm on right now, he's wearing his overalls again. So, top comment: why are you still with someone you haven't trusted for 2.5 years? Yes, it's a lie, but he'll talk his way out of this one too if you let him. Plus, looking at old posts, he doesn't like to have sex with OP. OP has been trying to force this relationship to work for way too long. Just leave already. Find someone who appreciates you and who you are compatible with. Doesn't want to have sex with his girlfriend? all men think with is their other head. I mean, 90% of the time, right? I'm just kidding. I don't hate men like that. I'm just making a joke.
It's okay. You could joke.
Okay.
Yeah,
I wish there
two.
was like an
So
update or
how many months
something.
of not trusting him? 2 years?
2.5 years of not trusting him. I don't
That's
know. That's
like
just me.
mentally exhausting.
Yeah, it is mentally exhausting. There are these like inspirational women I see on TikTok sometimes, and they're like, whenever I was 22, I was crying over a man every other night, like blah, 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 wasting all this time. I could have been investing myself into college or my career or anything else.
That's me.
And they just like sweet talk. Usually, if people are good manipulators and narcissists, are so good at worming their way back in and just like saying things to be make you gush and oh my gosh, I believe what he's saying, I'll give him another chance type thing.
I'm the problem. That's what they make you believe.
I am the problem. Okay, comments she's replied to. Also, he
Yeah,
stays up till
probably.
2 a.m. sometimes when I go to bed at 9:30 because I have to get up super early to train. He also pays the bills, so he feels like he has control over me. No! Girl, get out! Maybe she can't.
Leave. Leave.
Well, yeah, okay, they live together and he pays the bills. Like, that's hard. And maybe she's not in a situation where she can get out of it. I don't see any updates or any more, like, good comments.
How long ago
Says,
was the post?
I forgot to say. It was one day ago. How have you been dating this person for 2.5 years without really knowing what's going on in his life? That would drive me absolutely crazy. I'm assuming that there are other reasons you don't trust him. By itself, I think it could be chalked up to a confused answer. But by the way you framed the post, I am led to believe that you already don't trust him for undisclosed reasons, and then he did this weird thing. Yeah, I think there's so many other red flags that she's like blew apart. This one says the dude did not stay at Steve's house. LMFAO. He wouldn't have forgotten that. Yeah, seriously. Brayden will forget. My boyfriend will forget something literally 2 minutes after I tell him, but he will remember when they went golfing 9 weeks ago exactly what par he, you know what I mean? Like, guys don't forget guy
Yep.
stuff. Oh, this one says, I apologize for being so harsh, but girl, are you fucking kidding me? I've read your comments and I'm just appalled. He says he's helped you a lot in life, but that's not true since somewhere along the line you gained all these things and lost one of the most important, your damn self respect. Ooh! This one's also from r/relationship advice. This was posted 2 days ago. What should I, 25 female, do if my friends with benefits, 26 male, is having sex with other people and didn't tell me? Have you ever had a friends with benefits? No comment.
I have,
Ooh, that's spicy.
but
Okay, well,
he's no longer a thing.
I feel like friends with benefits, if you started out as really, 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 really close friends or like from childhood or something, you could maybe keep being friends afterwards. But if you just met him and you like just whatever and then
Yeah.
you're gone. Sorry,
Ours
bad
kind of
boy.
like started out like we were interested in each other,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
then they just kind of turned into friends with benefits. So, but not no, not anymore.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you're a woman, he's a man. Word.
I'm single. Like I can do whatever I want,
We all have
right?
needs. Exactly. Okay. I, 25 female, have a friend, 26 male, that I have been sleeping with for over 1 year now. Yesterday, as we were in bed, he told me that he'd been sleeping with other girls that he is meeting on dating apps and previously one that he worked with. We have never had the conversation about being exclusive, so I know I have no reason to be upset with him, but I can't help but feel mad that this has been happening for months and he hasn't told me until now, when I have asked him before. I feel like I have a right to know if he's sleeping with other people. Sometimes we don't use a condom. He swears up and down that he always uses them with other girls and gets tested, etc., but it still concerns me. He apologized for not telling me sooner and admitted that he should have. Is it wrong of me to be upset about this? Should I put an end to this relationship? It sucks because he truly is one of my best friends and the sex is good, but I don't want to get hurt. Even typing this out and reading it back, it sounds stupid, but I would appreciate some advice. Thanks, everyone. And then there's an edit, but I can let me just go ahead and read the edit. Edit. When we first met, he was pursuing me and I declined a relationship. After this conversation, he once again asked if I would like to be exclusive. I declined again. I understand that he has every right to see other people. My problem is that I didn't know that he was sleeping with other people at the same time as me. We had discussed that we would be open about things, and I made it clear that I don't feel comfortable sleeping with him in between other women. Yes, my stupidity for the condom thing. I realize that, but I've known him for over 5 years. We have traveled together, and I thought I could trust him. Lesson learned. What do
I
you think?
feel like she declined him on being exclusive, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If it's strictly just friends with benefits, I mean, it depends. I don't know. Like, she's kind of confusing me because she doesn't want to be exclusive, but she doesn't want us to be with other people. But if it's strictly just friends with benefits, doesn't he have the right to do whatever?
Yes, I would.
Unless you have that conversation about keeping it just between you. I don't know. I don't know.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I've known him for over 5 years and we've traveled together and I thought I could trust him. So, like, I think she would have even been fine with it. Maybe. Well, maybe not. But she might have even been fine with it if he would have just told her about it. I feel like these things don't work
Right.
unless you have open communication. I mean, how are you supposed to know? She asked, I mean,
Yeah.
she said she asked him about it before and if he wanted to
And he
just like
said,
tell her about it. Like it's all about every relationship is just about communication. So if he would have just said like, "Hey, I'm kind of thinking about," or "Hey, I maybe did this thing last night," but it was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I like been banging like a bunch of other bitches." Like it's just kind of weird and out of the blue. Why haven't you told me? That's just so. If they've been friends for 5 years, that's so disrespectful. My hot take.
I mean, I would be salty, but I would make sure to have that conversation also about where we stand with each other.
The top comment, 2K upvote, says friends with benefits is great if you don't like each other a lot and if your partner would turn in into a pizza right after. But I'd say 90% of cases, friends with benefits is one person hoping the sex turns into a relationship and the other one is blissfully unaware at best and a user at worst. Could you stop the sex and still be friends? If yes, probably best to do that. If no, you also have your answer. So is that what she was saying? Maybe I misunderstood it because I thought it was more like, well, shit, like if you would have just told me, like I just don't feel comfortable with. For me, it would just be the communication and the
Yeah,
courtesy of telling me. This one said, I had a former friends with benefits bring pizza with him, and then he left afterwards, so it was almost felt like he turned into the pizza. It's funny. They're talking about the pizza comment still.
dude, if my friends with benefits would bring pizza over here, you can come whenever you want.
That's what I'm saying. Friends with benefits usually means that both parties are allowed to have relationships with other people. I think maybe you're jealous of him being with others than you are about just having sex. Even if you don't have feelings for him, there's still an ego hit. You should always use a condom in a friends with benefits situation. Okay, so maybe I misunderstood friends with benefits, but like if they were friends for 5 years, and she ask for him to just say, we have never had a
Yeah,
conversation
but
about being exclusive, so I know that I have no reason to be upset with him, but I can't help feel mad that this has been happening for months and he hasn't told me until now and I've asked him before. Like she asked him, just say yeah. Like how is it hard to say yeah? That's all she wanted.
agreed. But I also think she needs to stop with the friends with benefits because you just can't be jealous. Like, I don't, you know,
This comment says, like I said, it wasn't meant to be a long term thing. I don't care if he dates other people. Three exclamation points. I just wanted to know as I would have stopped sleeping with him. See, that's what I got from it.
so then there's your answer. Stop sleeping with them.
Yeah, you're right though.
I think she needs to snip it off.
Yeah, it's probably best for her to do that. I mean, there's probably no other way for her to feel comfortable in the relationship, especially if he's not gonna communicate with her like she wants. Like, obviously, you're not in the relationship
Right.
you thought that you were, or I mean, relationship. You know.
Agreed.
I don't see any other update or I want an update. I've been subscribing to all of the notifications that I've been like this of the stories we've been reading. So if there's like an update, I'll see it and I can reread the story and whatever. All right, are you ready for story number 4? I feel like we're doing good. I feel like this is going well.
I'm
Mom, how do
ready.
what do you think, Mom? Is it going
Me
well?
too.
We're reading fast enough for you?
What do you think?
Rate and subscribe right now. We'll give you a minute to go subscribe to our
I think
show.
you need to start talking like you are an auctioneer.
Hey, I'm really also continuing breaking up a finance. when I'm reading the stories. I could just start rapping. You give me a beat and I'll rap the stories out. This comes from Am I the Asshole? 17 hours ago. Oh my god.
Oh, I love it.
This is our fourth story. This
I
comes from
know.
r/ Am I the Asshole? Posted 17 hours ago. Am I the asshole for considering breaking up with my fiance because I found out that she got the ick when I cried last year? My fiance, 26 female, and I, 26 male, have been dating for 7 years and got engaged last month. I found out something recently, however, which makes me very sad. For some backstory, I was going through a stressful time last year with work and I was feeling overwhelmed. Looking back at this, I was just overreacting, but during that phase, I didn't know what was happening to me mentally. Then one night, I just started crying randomly for no reason. My fiance was surprised, but she comforted me. She asked me what it was about, and I told her just life in general. The week after I cried, I actually got a promotion at work, and I realized I was just overthinking everything and that things were actually fine. Mentally, I started feeling much better and things were back to normal. But I heard something last week which genuinely hurt me. My fiance's best friend, Ellie, hope that's not a real name, also just got recently engaged. Ellie is also close friends with my sister. But my sister and my fiance aren't really friends or buddies. Last week, my sister called me and told me something she'd heard from Ellie, which she wanted to share with me. What happened was that Ellie and my fiance were talking about green flags and what they love most about their fiancés and what they could potentially be better at. And my fiance had joked about me crying last year, and she found that an ick. Ellie found that very funny and then shared it with my sister. My sister told me she didn't think it was funny at all, but just carried on the conversation and pretended everything was normal, but she wanted to share this with me. I then asked my fiance about it, and my fiance seemed a bit nervous, but she admitted that she had said that, but that she was just joking and didn't mean it. I told her I needed some space, and my fiance started crying and told me that she was just joking about it and that she loved me and I was comfortable expressing my emotions to her. The thing is, I don't really believe my fiance. I feel really sad and hurt that she found my crying an ick and that she joked about it with her friend. Am I the asshole for considering breaking up with my fiance?
Fuck that bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
Say no to girl power.
I mean, she probably really did get the ick, and that is sad because a boy's mental health matters.
Yeah, I agree. That's sweet. That's a sweet response.
But I don't know about breaking up with her.
That's a
If she's
lot.
crying, tell her you got the ick. Like, what?
Sorry, babe. You got the ick. Just face palms her to the ground.
I don't know about breaking up, but I'm also not in this situation. What if it really does bother him? If he doesn't believe her, then
Yeah. She's totally valid for feeling how she feels, and he's totally valid for feeling how he feels, obviously. I don't know if she should have told his sister. Like, that's not a great
no. But I
idea.
mean, if she really thought in her head she was joking, she
Mm-hmm.
didn't probably think it was going to hurt his feelings. But
Yeah, and like, I've
I mean,
joked
she
about.
admitted to saying it.
Yeah, exactly. And she owned up to it. I get like I was just joking. I've said stuff about boys before where I don't really mean it or I'm joking or maybe it did give me the ick and I'm just like, haha, with my girls. But I don't know. If it hurts your feelings that bad, sure, I guess break it off with her. I personally don't think I'd do this,
Yeah.
but I could see I could see it happening. If it hurts him that much, he should just break up with her. Okay, top comment. So this potential wife is someone that you will lean heavily on as a spouse. Marriage is not a Disney movie. You need to know this woman will have your back if you lose your job, if you have a terrible accident, if you have children that are non-typical physically or mentally, if you basically don't have sunshine and rainbows every day. I like the other response where someone said to make her green flag list. Have you two really been through challenges together, or has she been with you through smooth sailing? It's how you face challenges together that determines your success, and you need to know you can trust her, not the asshole because your gut is telling you something important. I get that. I get that.
Yep. Me too.
Aw, okay. This is okay. Maybe this one is nothing, and I do mean this quite seriously. Nothing is more important than the character someone shows at at the bad times. When something goes wrong that you have no control over, that seriously impacts you for the rest of your life. This girl will have the ick for you reacting to it. She's afraid to lose you, and especially afraid to lose you because of the reason you just found out does not paint her in the positive light at all.
How was she in the situation whenever he was crying? Like, I don't,
That's true. It's a tough one because I'm like, I go back
I don't
because reading
know.
that last,
That is a tough one.
yeah, reading these last two comments, I was like, ooh, like that does sound really shitty. Like if I did that, I would be so disappointed in myself.
I just personally feel like boys' mental health gets looked over a lot of times. Like they're supposed to be the tough ones and
That's
they're not supposed to have
true.
emotions, but they do. Like they're human too.
That's tough. Now that I'm reading the comments, I do feel like that definitely was a shitty thing to say. I think OP is replying to a couple comments. Yes, a few reasons. She finds it hard to connect with my fiance because their personalities and lifestyle choices are just very different. I've also been spending much less time with my sister than before, and my sister has been upfront that sometimes she gets sad about it and wishes she could spend more time with me. It all probably started when my fiance made me miss my sister's birthday a few years ago. Red flag. Over what though?
So more stuff just keeps coming out.
Red flag, red,
Yeah,
red, red,
true.
red,
Over
red.
what?
All of Reddit sometimes is bad at leaving out key details because they want to the internet to take their side. So it's like, okay, well, what are you not telling
Right.
us? Like, let's take everything you say with a grain of
Right.
salt.
But what if they can work it out? But if he can't get over that, then there's just no getting over it.
And relationships are
His
so
feelings are
about
valid.
trust. Yeah, I agree. His feelings are so valid in
100%.
this. I mean, everybody's saying not the asshole, but I don't see like an overall vote. Okay, well, since we can't figure that one out, I have one more story left for you. Am I the asshole for telling my friend that I've accidentally been sleeping with her fiance? This was posted 14 hours ago. Oh boy, that's a hell of a title, I'm aware. I don't really know how to start this, so I'll just get into it. I'll preface this by saying that I'm 22 male, very, very gay. I was in high school when I met this friend, and she was the cooler older kid the year above me. For all intents and purposes, we'll call her Sienna, 23 female. Now, after high school, I went out of state college while Sienna went to local uni. We kind of lost touch other than the obligatory happy birthday and Merry Christmas text, so you can imagine my surprise when I got a text from my mom a few months ago saying that a wedding invitation from Sienna had gotten delivered to my parents' house. Sure enough, a quick text to the lucky lady confirmed that she was getting married. Her longtime partner, Marcus, 25 male, had finally proposed. A summer wedding right in my hometown, right when I and some of our other friends would be back in town from uni. I was invited to one of the pre-wedding girls' nights because my life is that of two-dimensional comic relief gay side character, I guess. So awesome. And we got wasted. Like the kind of drunk where logic isn't even in the same dimension. So when the topic of other people in the hashtag girl squads relationship came up, like the genius I was, I whipped out my phone to show them the hot guy I've been hooking up with as just a dumb summer fling, who turned out to be Marcus. Kill me now to save me from the mortification. Rightfully so, Sienna lost her shit. Fair, no criticism from me. But then she turned on me and started blaming me for ruining her wedding. For clarification, because I'm sure this will come up in the comments, no, the wedding invitation did not have any photos on it. It was one of those minimalist designs with over the top calligraphy, that's it. Her socials only featured her. I had no way of knowing what he looked like. I don't personally think I was at fault here, but here is where I think I messed up. I very loudly and to the entire club drunkenly said, "It's not my fault your cheating fiance likes getting his back blown out, Sienna." I feel absolutely awful. I don't want to be the other woman, technically guy, but you get it. And I certainly don't want to hurt a friend like that. I've tried to apologize 1,000 times, but she's not interested in talking to me, which I totally get. When confronted, he confessed to not only hooking up with me, but also 8 different guys over the course of their 4-year relationship. The wedding's been called off. Am I the asshole? Well, I'm glad I didn't read this one. I'm gonna up
No,
that.
I think it needed to be called off. Like it needed to come out. He was about
Yeah,
to
your
get married
husband
and
is
he didn't want to marry
gay.
her.
Literally.
No, he's not the asshole.
Top comment,
I
not
mean,
the
that's a wild
asshole.
story, but
Yeah, literally. I was like, top comment, not the asshole, because how are you to know? I do feel sorry for Sienna, though. Better now than after the wedding. Ooh. Or at the wedding. Ooh. Shit. That's crazy.
Yes.
Can you imagine you think you know someone for 4 years and then you figure out that they're a gay man been cheating on you with 8 other different people? Huh? 4 years? How do you get around that quickly? While you're engaged.
For real. For
Hello?
real. But like, he's probably hanging out with his friends, and she's like, I have nothing to worry about. That's
Jeez.
wild. He's not the asshole. I mean, he shouldn't have been
No.
cheating, like making it. I don't know. Why are these so like hard to answer?
Well, the dude is not. I don't think the guy's the asshole. And also, I mean, all he said was, "It's not my fault. Your cheating fiance likes getting his back blown out, Sienna." That was kind of a dick move, but at the same time, it's not his fault for
No, it takes
no.
two to do. No,
And you never blame the other woman. You blame the man. You know what I mean? Which I'm saying he's a man, but
right?
that's insane. That's insane.
You keep blowing that back out, buddy.
Go for it, bro.
I don't know if you guys can see or not, but I got this like volcano on my chin. Or
She
what?
cute. Okay, so some comments that he like replied to. We met on Grinder and he used a fake name on there. Really awesome guy. Totally not a douchebag, LMAO. Yeah, that's insane. Like that's a movie moment right there. Somebody needs to turn that into
That is
a movie. I think I'm
a
done talking. I
maybe.
can't talk anymore. My mouth is outy.
Yeah, it sounds like you're speaking cursive.
But then she started to blame him for ruining her wedding. For ruining her wedding?
It's
Like,
not just no.
of course they were
I
probably
would be
drunk, but
mad, but like it takes two to tango.
and he didn't even know. He didn't even know. So I guess is he asking for? Is he asking that? Is he the asshole for saying that, or is he the one who ruined the wedding?
I think
Is that
I take it he's asking if he's the asshole for ruining the wedding.
hell no? I know someone who had this happen to her. She was the bride to be and walked into a hot, explicit scene featuring her fiance. Oh my gosh, these comments are funny. I want to believe Reddit stories are real. It just makes me happier.
They're 100% real.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, well, that was my final story for today.
I did have a suggestion from one of our listeners.
Oh, yeah, I did
She
that.
wanted to hear Reddit stories about fuck.
Well, it was like scary. I can go back and look at your text. Hang on. I forgot exactly what it was, but it was basically like almost true crime slash ghost stories slash haunted.
In national parks, yes.
Yes.
So she said there was this one where like a park ranger saw stairs that led somewhere, but they all know to not go up those stairs because you won't come back, like at a national park. So I think that would be interesting to read about.
That would be so cool. I love that kind of stuff. I have seen podcasts do like listener submissions before, so this is just an idea. If you want to share like a crazy story that you want us to read on here, like we just want stories. Like give us your stories. We'll keep your name anonymous. You can send it from your original email or a different email. The link is in our link tree. But that would be so fun to like read stories from you guys.
So fun. Please give us your feedback
So fun.
or
Well,
stories,
I'm
whatever.
literally, oh yeah, we need feedback. Mom, get your little black book out to criticize me. And B,
Stay
well,
weird.
I want to get you on a plane and go have your awesome vacation and vlog all about it. Send us pictures, send me pictures, and we'll post stuff. And I'm so happy that you're getting to do this.
Hey, I will. As always, thank you guys for watching.
We
Much
will see
love to
y'all
you
next
all.
time. Stop! That's so cute.
Okay, bye.